The Red Raiders are set to have 2 transfer portal targets on campus this weekend for official visits. We'll discuss the details there, as well as a potential transfer portal target with heavy Texas ties, as well as ties to the Texas Tech men's basketball program. Hey, how's it going, everybody? It's RC Maxfield here for the Back to 12 podcast. If you haven't already, be sure to like the video, hit that subscribe button, and turn on that notification bell. And do me one more favor. Head down to the pinned comment down below and let me know when you think Texas Tech men's basketball will land their first transfer portal commitment. Do you think it's going to be after this weekend? Grant McCasland is 6 for 6 after all in terms of official visits and commitments. Let me know down in the pinned comment below and just leave a date, like 4/19, 4/18, whatever it may be. Just let me know down on the pinned comment below. All right, let's jump into the news that the Scarlet and Black Insider were the first to have in the Texas Tech space about these official visits for the Red Raiders for the weekend of April 12th through the 14th. We will start with the guy that is my favorite player that Texas Tech has targeted in the transfer portal so far, and his name is Kevin Overton from Drake, a 6'5" guard, and he is officially set to begin his official visit to the 806 on Friday at the time of this recording. When you're hearing this, more than likely, April 12th. Again, he's my favorite target for the Red Raiders in the transfer portal cycle so far, right? He averaged 11.3 points per game last year, just over 3 rebounds, about 2 assists, and shot 35% from 3. He has 3 years of eligibility remaining, and I truly believe he has all conference type potential in the Big 12 if Texas Tech were to land him. Now, when it comes to the big man, and you saw him in the thumbnail right there, it's Federico, the 6'11" Pitt center transfer is set to begin his official visit, according to the Scarlet and Black Insider, on Saturday. That will go through Monday. His measurables include, well, you look at it, 6'11", 225, and originally from Finland. Maybe they have that connection, him and Amelialahu. Now, I do want to clarify something. On yesterday's video, I said that Fetty would have 2 years of eligibility remaining. That was my mistake. He actually only has 1. He is an older big. He's 22, going to be 23 by the time the season starts. So 1 year of eligibility remaining, but he is a defensive menace, averaging a 7.1% block rate last season for Pitt. I thought Pitt used him, just simply put, awfully last year. He is going to be a guy that could potentially give the Red Raiders, if he were to commit to the Scarlet and Black, 20-25 minutes a game and really be leaned on in that center rotation, something that Texas Tech is prioritizing currently in the portal. Now, when you look at other things in terms of, okay, who could Texas Tech potentially target moving forward, there's a name that's, it just entered the portal last night on April 11th, that really caught a lot of people's eye, and rightfully so, because there are a ton of connections to him in the Texas Tech program. But before we get into that, one more reminder, head on over to the scarletandblackinsider.com if you want to stay in the know on all things Texas Tech men's basketball instantly. Snap of a finger. It's that quick. Go join one of the fastest growing communities in the Texas Tech media space over there. The boards are always popping. I think last I checked, we have over 7,000 views on our transfer portal page. Go join the fun. We're keeping you up to date over there as well. And while you're at it, you might as well hit that like, subscribe, and notification bell here on the largest group of Texas Tech fans on YouTube in the Back to 12 podcast channel. All right, let's jump into this one, because this one is super interesting. And we're talking about him early because there's a lot of Texas ties and also a tie to the Texas Tech men's basketball program. You can see it at the bottom of your screen right there. We are talking about Rylan Griffin, the Alabama transfer, a guy that just played in the Final Four, announced that he will go into the transfer portal. He is 6'6", and we're bringing him up because he's a Dallas, Texas native. Why is that important? Well, we'll get to that here in just a second, but he has 2 years of eligibility remaining. Last year for the Crimson Tide, averaged just over 11 points per game, 3.5 rebounds, about 2 assists per game as well, and shot 39.2% from 3. Yeah, you heard that right. 39.2% on a team that made it to the Final Four. He played pivotal minutes for the Crimson Tide throughout the entirety of the NCAA tournament. Now, Why are we bringing him up? Obviously, that Dallas, Texas native is huge there in the sense of potentially could he want to come back home? I think there is a piece of that. But really why we're bringing this up is because he has a great relationship with Texas Tech men's basketball general manager Kellen Buffington. Yeah, I'm sure you know who that is. He's talked about a lot. This relationship is dating back to Buff's time as one of the pivotal members in the state of Texas at the grassroots level of high school basketball. Okay, he's one of them ones, is Buff, when it comes to knowing virtually everyone in the grassroots space in the state of Texas. Now, I do want to say this. A lot of teams are going to come after Griffin, and rightfully so. I mean, we just read off the stats. There's 2 years of eligibility remaining. 6'6", really solid defender. He is a guy that a lot of teams, including high major teams, will go after, including Kansas, one team that has already been, well, reportedly in contact with him. I think it's early on in his recruitment process, but I have it on good authority, and I reported this over on the Scarlet and Black Insider before I hit record here, that Texas Tech will go after Rylan Griffin with, they described it as they will absolutely go after him, no doubt go after him, and they will recruit him hard in this process. So it will be very interesting, and that is a name to monitor because, again, you think about what Grant McCasland and crew want to get on this roster going into 2024-2025 for the Red Raiders. It's length, versatility, and guys that are proven winners. He meets all the criteria here. And not to mention, he's from Dallas. Maybe that connection with Buff could pay off huge. Again, it is very early on in his recruitment process in the sense of him being in the portal. But I do think Texas Tech has a chance to potentially land him, and it could go a long way in terms of adding a starter. Because let's face it, if he is added to the Texas Tech roster, and this is a monumental if right now, because again, early on, instant plug-and-play guy and a potential to be an all Big 12 player that quick. I know I've snapped twice now in this video. That tells you how excited I am about the potential of Rylan Griffin. Also, one more time, let's go over the official visitors and their schedule for this weekend for the Red Raiders. We will have Kevin Overton on campus, the Drake transfer, 6'5" guard. He is set to begin his official visit out to the 806 on Friday, April 12th. That will end likely on Sunday morning. But this is my favorite target so far for the Red Raiders. Would love to see him don the scarlet and black. He would be an instant impact guy and a guy that I think would be a starter for Texas Tech right away. Now, the other one is Federico Fedi. He is a 6'11" Pitt transfer. He is one of those guys that has had a ton of experience, started 53 games for the Panthers in the ACC, and a guy that I think Pitt did not use very well, but in a heavy pick-and-roll system for Grant McCasland and crew, I think he could be a guy that could be pivotal in that center rotation for the Red Raiders and play about 20 to 25 minutes per game. And then when it comes to a guy to monitor for the Red Raiders, recapping it here, it's Rylan Griffin, the Alabama Crimson Tide transfer. He just put his name in the portal on Thursday, April 11th. He is a Dallas, Texas native with 2 years of eligibility remaining and has a good relationship dating back to his grassroots days in the DFW area with Texas Tech general manager Kellen Buffington. So a name to monitor there, and then 2 names to watch out for when it comes to the official visitors this weekend for the Red Raiders. And one more time on the pinned comment, predict it. When do you think Texas Tech will land their first transfer portal commitment this offseason? Just let me know. Give me a date. Say like April 18th, April 17th. Let me know down on the pinned comment down below. And I'd be remiss not to mention one more time, head on over to the Scarlet and Black Insider if you want instant news right away. It's the fastest growing Texas Tech community on the internet. That's not just me saying it. The numbers back it up. We've got a ton of people over there interacting each and every day. Austin, Jacob, and myself are keeping you up to date on everything Texas Tech men's basketball, whether that's on the hardwood or in the portal. We've got you covered. And hey, if you want to join the largest group of Texas Tech fans here on YouTube, do these 3 simple steps for me. It goes a long way in ensuring that we have more content here on the channel. Like the video, hit that subscribe button, and turn on that notification bell to stay in the know right here on the Back to 12 podcast channel.